Hi, I'm Emily Luchetti, the Executive Pastry Chef at Farallon Restaurant in San Francisco. We're going to make a great fall and holiday dessert. It's a cranberry almond upside down cake, and the cake's made with pumpkin, so it's really delicious and great for fall. The first thing we're going to do is we have some butter, and we're going to add some brown sugar, and this is to make the topping. And you're just going to whisk this till it's nice and smooth. And you can either use dark brown sugar or light brown sugar, whichever you like. I prefer dark brown just because it gives it a little bit more flavor. I'm just going to whisk this really well. Now this is a great dessert for Thanksgiving because you can make it a day ahead and it's all finished and you don't have to worry about any last minute desserts, and it's a great alternative to pumpkin pie. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and pour it in the pan. We're just going to spread it out. And I've lined the bottom of the pan with parchment paper. That just makes it come out a little bit nicer. And then we're going to mix together our cranberries and our whole natural almonds. And I like to use the natural almonds because I think the skin gives a lot of flavor to it. And that's also where a lot of the antioxidants are, the really healthy parts of the almonds. And it also, the whole almonds give it a nice crunch. I'm just going to toss those together and sprinkle them all over the bottom. And spread that out. And then you can set that aside while you make the cake. To make the cake, we're going to add our eggs, our pumpkin puree, and some canola oil. And you can use grapeseed oil or just any unflavored oil. We're going to whisk this together till it's nice and smooth. So this is a really simple dessert to make, and it's not something that takes a lot of time or a lot of, pastry training. Okay, and then we're going to mix our dry ingredients. And here we have our sugar. And we're going to sift them just because we want to make sure we get all the lumps out of the flour. And we have flour, baking powder, cinnamon, and you could also put in a little bit of ginger if you wanted to. You could put in some cardamom, any spice that you like. And I like to sift right onto a piece of parchment paper like this. It's much more convenient than doing it in a bowl because then you can just pick up the parchment paper and pour it right in. And you don't end up with it all over the counter. We're just going to switch to a spatula because it'll be a little bit easier to mix. So you don't even need a mixer for this. You can do it all by hand. And then we're just going to put our nice thick batter over the cake, over the topping. And you can do this in a round cake pan if you want, or a square, but you want to make sure it's nice and high like this because the cake rises quite a bit. And then what you're going to do is put this in a 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes until you just put a skewer in and it comes out clean. You're going to take it out of the oven, you're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes or so, and then you're going to put a plate or a cutting board or something like that on top and invert the pan and the plate together, and then when it comes out, you have this beautiful, luscious, very moist pumpkin cake just studded full of almonds.